So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, gentlemen and ladies, if you're listening. Welcome to Ukraine Dating.tv, the first and only by donation um, platform that lets you chat with Ukrainian women and get to know us and how to win the hearts of Ukrainian women. And today's topic is why men look at the past while the women look to the future. So, without further ado, I'm going to play a video and then we can have a discussion about it. Let's go.
Women choose men based on their success. A woman is interested in a man's future, and there's a reason why a man is interested in her past, because he wants purity. He wants the innocence component. That's why women are considered beauty objects. Her just saying that women are no longer beauty objects and men are no longer success objects because of modern days, it's a disservice.
Well, okay. So we heard this guy, not sure who he is. I haven't really seen him on YouTube. Heard some things about him, but anyway, besides that, yes, of course, women are looking for the future, especially Ukrainian women, because well, us Ukrainian women, um we want to build the future. So of course we want to get married because we're traditional women. We don't want to waste time. So of course we want to look towards the future, but don't I also have to disagree because of, of course men look at the woman's past, but don't you think that women don't look at the guy's past? Well, you're sorely mistaken. I mean, like, I understand if men, of course, they don't want a woman with a high body count, but I don't know any woman that would actually want to be with someone who with a man who's got a high body count as well. um of course, for men, it seems like it's uh, they get experience, right? But besides that, so my point of view, of course, the Ukrainian women look towards the future, and I think both parties have to look at the past. And if you both of you want the same things, right? So that's how you build the future. You sit down, you talk about this, what both of you want from your future. Sometimes you can get along just great, have a wonderful relationship, and then um but then you decide to talk about the future, and then he doesn't want to get married, you want to get married, and that's where everything goes sideways, right? So um my suggestion, if you like a person, if you like your woman, she likes you back, you have to sit down, you have to disclose your past, frankly, because okay, there's a saying, right? every every saint has a past, every sinner has a future, right? But again, mm, maybe not every sinner has a future. Some sins cannot be just washed away. You can't just go to church and say, well, sorry God, I'm sorry, please wash away my sins, and then be all good, right? Depending on what you've done in your past. I understand some people, I don't know, have some addiction problems, but they wanted to get their life straight and clean up their act, and they change their lives. Sometimes people get addicted to stuff, even like going to, I don't know, get in a car accident, right? And so that's I'm saying. So this kind of past, you can forget about it if the person is truly really wants to change, because some people are capable of change, because sometimes you just get into a situation where you have no choice, right? But so yes, but then again, let's say you're dating someone and then you ask them about their past, right? And this person has a pattern of dating people, and then this never works out, right? So you have to look at the pattern. You can't be you can't be dating many people and then it doesn't work, it's not because everyone that you dated, there's something wrong with them. It's your pattern, right? So if you can't keep a relationship for many many years, right? I understand when you're like young and when teenage years, like even you're in your 20s, because you're still young, you still want to live your life, you know, you want to hang out with your friends, you know, you want to party or whatnot, right? Everyone's different, but I mean, people on here, men and women, everyone is already past that point, right? So women on our website, they're all serious about relationships. They want to get married, so of course they want to know like what the future holds for them, right? If the man, like, he can be all that, he can be a good looking man, he can have all the money, have a very good career, but then there's something wrong with him, so that's why he couldn't keep the any relationship until now, or like ever at all. So of course you have to know the past, right? And it's not just the woman's past, it's also the man's past. But again, yes, you know, men want purity. um Again, we're living in the 21st century, it's 2024, right? I mean, unless you want to marry someone who's like very young teenage years, purity, you know, it's and now, like in this day and age, you know, I mean, I'm watching these like videos and stuff, the kids are nowadays kids are having kids, right? So I mean, which is kind of shocking to me, because in Ukraine that but I mean, also in Ukraine, women, when I was still there, most of my classmates already, they all got married, most of them, right? And they're like 16, 17. Hi Santos, how are you? um so yeah, but as you know, time passes by, we evolve, right? Technology evolves, everything is evolving. So of course nowadays both women and men hold off to to get married, because of other aspects. I guess back in the day lives were a lot easier because it was the man who was the provider, and women were just housewives. Nowadays women chase careers and money and stuff, like stability, so they want to provide that for themselves first, right? So everything is evolving, right? So you can't expect a woman just to be, you know, holding off, and you know, I mean, till what, till she's 30, until she finds somebody. I mean, you can't just not have relationships, you, um until you get married. I mean, it's to me, I think it's kind of stupid. What if you're not compatible, right? If you get married, like, and then you completely not compatible in, you know, living together. It's just one thing is to date someone. You can date someone for a long time and be great, but then you guys move in together and it's completely different. You know, your boyfriend can stay at your place, or you can stay at your boyfriend's place. Everything seems peachy, but once you move in together, it's a completely different dynamic. So yeah, so it's always good to talk about the past, why the person did not get along with the previous former partner, why it didn't work out, they lived together for so long. I was actually talking to a friend of mine, and he told me as well that oh, he knows this couple. So they've been dating for like 8 years, and they were exclusive. So they were only seeing each other 8 years. They've been together, and then she finally had them. Hi, Pat. Welcome back. So anyway, so then she finally worked up the courage to ask him, so what's going on? It's been 8 years, how come, you know, you haven't proposed to me, like you say you love me, you know, you and everything. He's like, I never had any intentions on marrying you. So imagine that she wasted 8 years of her life on like that. She wanted to get married, and he knew it too, so he was just yo-yoing her. So of course a woman wants to know the future. I mean, if I were invested into someone, which I've already invested in before a long time. And but anyway, besides that, So of course a woman wants to know, because Ukrainian women, I said, all the women that we have on here with us, they don't want to fling. They don't want just to, oh well, let's just date for a year, you buy me things and this and that, and then they just leave. No. All the women that we have here, they want a serious relationship. They want to get married. They want to have families. They want to have children. You know, that's what the women, we have serious women. We don't have women that just want to fling. That's what I'm saying here. So this is why, guys, this is why you're here. You're not here. This is not Tinder where you just, random hookups, right? So, and yes, I mean, what's wrong with, okay, let's see. Sometimes it is very difficult to get over past relationships. Yes, sometimes it is. And depending on how long the relationship was, what was going on in the relationship as well. I mean, sometimes it looks so good from the outside, but then when you really look inside, it could be a disaster. So my point is that yes, both partners have to discuss their past, why the relationships before didn't work out. What was wrong? Was it their former partner's fault? Was it their fault? And like I said, if you see a pattern of a person having multiple relationships and none of them working out, and it can be all the former partners, right? It has there has to well, it has to be something wrong with you. Either you just keep picking the wrong people, that's your own fault, right? So you have to look at their past. You have to look at your own past also, and be honest with yourself, because if you're just gonna keep lying to people and even to yourself, that's just stupid. I just, that's my point. All right, I mean, lying to other people is one thing, but there's a saying in Russian and in Ukrainian that um lie is like poop. It all eventually it will flow up, not because of the gases, but anyway. I'm just being funny, but yeah, that's the case. Like, you can have skeletons, in the closet, and not, if you want to have a healthy relationship, you have to tell people that, you have to tell your partner the truth. Yeah, whether they accept it, and and they love you and they're okay with it, and you guys can move and towards the future. You're happy together, you love each other, because the past, there's nothing you can do to change. That's why it's called past. That's, it's done and over with. Yes, you can learn from the mistakes that you've made. You, of course, you have to look at your own mistakes that you've made, right? I mean, we live, we learn, people make mistakes, of course. Right, but if you keep making the same mistake over and over and over again, then it's something wrong with you, right? I mean, I've been there, so I snapped out of it. So, anyway, so that's my point. And of course, a woman wants to know the future, because if a woman wants to build a future with you, if she wants to get married, if she wants to have children, and that you have no intentions on doing that, then you should tell her straight up, and goes vice versa as well. I've known women that also been with their men for the long time, and then when the guy goes to propose, she's like, no, thanks, I'm good, I didn't plan on marrying you, that was not in my plans. Imagine that guy renting out a restaurant, buys the $3,000 ring, and then she says, no, I'm good. So of course, but again, again, I'm going to mention this, that what all the women that we have here, all of them, they all wanted a serious relationship. They're just tired, and this is why, guys, you're here, because you also want a relationship. You want a serious relationship. You don't want to waste your time, because most of you guys older, right? Not necessarily all of you guys older, but let's face it, you guys are older, so you want, because you're tired of these nonsense relationships where it's not going anywhere, where the woman does not appreciate you. In the end, everyone wants someone to love and be loved, and everyone wants to be cared for, wants someone that can listen to you, when you come home and you're stressed out from work, get a hug, a kiss, and no nagging, stuff like that. And everybody wants someone to share their life with, and not everybody is compatible with everyone. So of course it's very important that you guys discuss both past and the future, right? um 1 second, gentlemen. Do-do-do-do. 1 second. Okay, one moment. Okay. Okay, so yeah, and you guys, I usually discuss my podcast the night before. Um and just to think about it, right? So, well, uh, the women that we have on here, like I said, they're all have been screened. They're all real. No fakes. We don't have any fake women. We don't have any gold diggers. Like I said, they're all screened. That we don't want women like this. That we want to expose other these dating sites or whatnot where they scam people, right? So we want to expose them. So if you have been in a situation where you have been scammed, please contact us, tell us our story. We really want to know, and then we would like to introduce you to some ladies that we have plenty. They're all beautiful, they're all sweet and caring and loving, and I mean, I've seen some ladies, they're just wonderful. And you guys can join for free, try it out. It's not gonna hurt you, right? I mean, why not try it for free? Like, what do you have to lose, right? Just one thing, right? So let's say these are free sites, whatever. I don't know free sites. I don't have social media. I don't join any of this stuff for myself, right? So I wouldn't know. But I know, because I have a lot of, nah, I wouldn't say like friends, super good friends, but acquaintance that just because I'm in this industry right now, so I do talk to a lot of people about their relationships, just to get ideas, and so just to think about this, right? So you hook up with this lady, first of all, catfishing. There's a friend of my friends, one time he saw this beautiful lady on some free website or what, a Tinder, I don't know, Tinder or something. She looked very good, so they decided to meet up. They meet up. First of all, that picture was about 20 years ago and 50 pounds ago as well, right? So he was like, okay, and then he already made reservation at a nice restaurant, because they were chatting online, and then they really hit it off. But then when he saw her, and then she looked nothing like what resembled, of course, right? But she was fatter, she was 20 years older, right? And then he already made reservations. The dinner cost him $200, right? So, and then it didn't go anywhere, of course, because he didn't want to see her. All of our women are verified. Yes, they're all real and they're all beautiful. So just to think about it, okay, let's say you go on 10 dates, right? That's, if average, I would say what, like $100 a dinner. I don't know, I like to cook at home, but anyway. But the fact is that, yeah, it's about $100 to, okay, even $70. So let's say you go on 10 dates, there you go, there's $700, and you can't get it back. And then on here, at least you get to pick and choose. You talk to the ladies that you like, and then once you pick the ones that you really, really like, then you can proceed further, right? And you can chit chat with them. And anyway, okay, let's get back to answering questions here. Okay, let's see, Santos, what do you have to say? I had to I had a talk with a friend yesterday, and he believes that men become in more pain compared to the ladies when they break up happens. I don't know. I couldn't tell you because I've never been in men's shoes. But yes, I've seen women destroy men. And I told you she used to be my friend. She met this guy. I talked about him. He was a chemist. He was very successful. He's a multi-millionaire. He had a mansion on a lake in Chestermere. If anyone knows Calgary, they know how much the houses cost there. Like it's nothing under a million. And nowadays, probably like 2, 3 million, especially where his house was just right on the lake. So anyway, so she destroyed him, completely destroyed him, right? So yes, he was heartbroken, right? And I've seen women where a man destroyed her life. So I guess it all depends, um it all depends on the person. It all depends on the relationship, right? Okay, let's see what else you got here. Okay, dating in many western countries is becoming increasingly difficult for western men. Yes, I'm not trying to bash western, women or anything like this, no, but um just judging from like even watching videos on YouTube, how what western women just straight up, how much money you got, and no, you can't afford me if you can't take like I've seen this list of women saying, well, they can't take me like 50 places. You shouldn't take a woman on the first date, and one of them was Red Lobster. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, Red Lobster, it's a minimum to like $150 bill. Anyway, again, it's in Western society. Like, I don't know. I think internet has ruined a lot of people. Um, a lot of people. I'm not talking about just women, men as well. For women, also, it's easy. They put some pictures of themselves in a bikini, and they have options after options after options, right? Where man, it could be a good looking man, but he's not gonna get that much attention as any woman, and even not even good looking women, they still get attention. So it's easier for women to date than men, of course. And I I I don't know, like I see a lot of women here that they're very career oriented, which is nothing wrong with that. I mean, yes, if you don't have a relationship, um, if if you don't want to get married, if that's or don't want to get married while you're chasing a career, which is fine, yes, but don't forget that time is flying by, and yes, women, the younger they are, I'm guessing, not necessarily true, but of course, men want a younger one who is pure, that who hasn't had that many relationships, that hasn't had that many sexual partners. Of course, that's a given, right? Excuse me. Well, mm, mm, sorry, you guys. But and of course, men. Okay, so men in life, the older they get, the more established they are, the more secure they are, the more their value goes up. With women, it goes the other way around. The older they get, um, the less value they are, right? The less value they are. Um, Not necessarily all the time, but yes, for the most part, like overall, right? So yes, if you're a woman, if you want to chase the career, kudos to you, right? But then don't complain when you're already in your 30s, late 30s, 40s, and you want to start a family, but frankly, your body is not the same when you're in your 20s, right? So it's not as easy to have children when you're older, right? So of course a man wants a pure woman, yes, but nowadays pure woman, it's, like I said, young teenager if you're lucky. especially in the Western world, right? So, I mean, I watch the kids having kids these days, so kind of weird to me, but anyway. So, yes, and okay, let's see. Hi, hello. I always forget how to pronounce it. Sphere, right? Okay. What is there to pay for? Really, most of these money girls are village bike anyway. Village bike, that's funny. I just imagine, I just imagine the village bike in Ukraine. Yeah, yeah, that's the, quality women, women that the women, quality women. They don't care about how much money you have. They care about your confidence, your stability. What most people don't understand, that it's, yes, like I mentioned this before many times, you can have all the money in the world, you can have shitloads of money right now, pardon my French, but you can make a bad investment. You can make a bad investment marrying the wrong woman, and all that money is gone. All she has to do is divorce you, take half, and if not more, right? It's all about investments. And yes, you take chances in life. um Everything is a chance. I think the God gave us freedom of what we want to do. He knows exactly what's going to happen to us, but it's up to us to do what to make the choices that we make, right? So marriage is the biggest investment. Like, I was talking to my boyfriend, and then we talked about this. He said, really, a real man, all he really needs in life is a good woman, stable job stability, and good health. But that's really all the man, a good woman, because a good woman can lift you up from the ground up to the to the to the moon and to the sun and further than that, right? It depends on who you pick, and this is the biggest investment of your life, because you want to spend the rest of your life with someone that you love, right? And like I said, sometimes there are snakes in the grass. Sometimes, yes, they will pretend to be good. So that's why I say, it's very important to talk about the past as well. It's not just the woman's past, but yes, and the man's past too. Okay, let's see. Do-do-do-do-do. Okay, months. Oh, Mike. As a man, I can forgive and forget the past unless it's too extreme. Yes, I agree with you. Like, if she was promiscuous and have a high body count, and I honestly can't be with someone like that, or to marry someone like that. I agree with you. And like I said, also, do you think women want to marry someone who's got a man that's got a high body count? Even though men think, oh, well, I've got experience. Yeah, well, you can experience with your wife, right? You can learn things together. You don't need to experience before her, right? But I understand men are built different. You guys have different chemistry going on. You have too much testosterone, right? But then think about that, right? So if you want all the women to be pure, but that you still want to, get off. So how would that work, right? Like, if you want all the women to be pure, so who are you going to practice with, right? So again, like I said, it's I totally understand, and I wouldn't want my man to have a bunch of ex-girlfriends that everywhere we go keep running into that. Of course, who wants that? Nobody does. I totally agree with you. And so, yes, the past does matter. Yes, and like I said, you. That's why for us, man, past dictates the future. Exactly, and believe me, the past can make a lot of difference, in the future, especially if you try to hide. Like I just mentioned earlier, lies like a poop. It like a turd. It will eventually flow up. So it's best you guys come clean, tell why the previous relationships didn't work out, have like the body count, you know, all these kind of things. all the things that are important for you in a relationship, you should be able to ask your partner, about the past, right? And yes, and of course you want to talk about the future. And women, especially women, if you want, if the woman, which, like I said, all the women that we have here, they all want to get married, they all want to have a like serious relationship, they all want to um have kids, so they want to build a family. So of course it's important for them. They don't want someone who hasn't kept a job throughout. It's just bouncing from one job to another. Who wants to build a future with a man like that? I know I don't. And I don't care if my man makes millions or if he just makes whatever, like minimum wage, as long as it's stable. Okay, because we want stability. We don't want this, well, one day we can drive a Ferrari and next day I have to take a bus. We care about stability, right? Okay, let's move on. Let's see. Santos. Okay, how generally Ukrainian ladies perceive sharing the budget of the family. Um, well, speaking from everything that I've seen in my life, my mom always worked. She's still working. My grandma always worked. My great grandma always worked. My auntie didn't, but that's a different story. Yeah, so it was always 50-50, as far as I know. I know, like I said, my grandparents role have always been my role model as people in general. My grandma is my role model. I love her to death. She is the most beautiful woman in the world, and my grandpa was the most beautiful man in the world for me. And I watched their relationship, and this is exactly what I wanted. And this is why I even held off for this long, because through previous relationships I didn't feel the same way, and I wanted to have the same thing that what my grandparents had. And this is what I have now, and I'm not letting this go. And yes, it's fine, because it's once we are together, right? We're a union, and it's okay. You might lose your job. Who knows? Like when my father got laid off, and he was the one, like he's the one who um, applied for the immigration. He's the one who busted his ass for many years to save the money to bring the family here, right? His wife and his daughter. Later he brought me, but so he busted his ass while my stepmom was still going to school, because she had to take classes, still English classes, and catch up on some computer programming and stuff. And hi B, um everything is well, thank you. So when she had to, like, he worked what, two jobs, and he was busting his ass for so long, belly slept, like, I mean, that guy, whew, like, I respect him for that. He is, yeah, he's a good husband. So to his second wife. Anyway, so now and then, once she started working, first of all, she's one of the best programmers in the whole Canada. So she is definitely, she can just, provide for everything just herself, right? And then when my dad got laid off, she was like, okay, Andre, just chill. I mean, but he wanted to work, because he's just a workaholic. He can't sit at home. He was going nuts. But she was like, that's fine. I'm pulling, you know, everything now. I'm paying for everything, because you guys, we're a union, right? So for better or for worse, this is what the marriage is, what it's to me. You can't just, when everything is so peachy, everything is fine, oh yes, I love you, mwah, and then he loses a job, oh well, screw you, well, excuse me, I don't want to be with a broke ass. And I have seen a lot of videos on YouTube, and this one lady from US, and she was like, the husband lost the job before. He was paying for everything, but then he lost the job, he got laid off, and it was about a month that he was without the job, and the woman's like, well, the bills are due. And then he's like, well, honey, I I got laid off. She's like, well, it's been a month, you haven't worked, blah blah blah. But while she was in school, he was paying for everything. And then she even told him, she's like, no, your money is our money, my money is my money. And that's what I see a lot in Western society, right? Which I mean, it's shallow. I mean, there's no love. It's a business transaction. So of course, a lot of Western men are like, well, screw this. Like, I want to find myself a younger girl. If this is a business transaction, I want someone young who's pretty, and pure. And then yes, I'll just pay for her for everything, whatever she likes, of course. But if you want a serious relationship, you have to have a woman that's got your back, right? And that goes both ways. So, all right. Okay, let's see what else here. 1 second. No, okay. Okay. Okay, Joe, you can. Okay, I got this one. Okay. Women develop feelings towards their sexual partners, men don't. I beg to differ. I mean, not. I don't know. Not necessarily. There's. I've met women that have absolutely no feelings, and they don't get attached. Like I said, I've been friends with women like that. And they would hook up with guys, and actually, guys would fall for them and cry over them. Again, it depends on the person you are. You can be very attached, like, or some people just don't have any empathy, don't have any feelings. They're just sociopaths. So, mm, yes, women, we're emotional creatures. We're not like men. Yes, men have too much testosterone, this, that. Women, we are more emotional. Yes. So, yes, women, once they have intimate relationship, they tend to have feelings for the man, right? So that's why I think that women should hold off, not have too many partners. Then again, men should also hold off, but unless you get married too, like, if you want to, both of you want to be pure, you have to get married young. But when you're too young, it's very rare that happens where you stay with your high school sweetheart for the rest of your life. I mean, kudos to those people. And I mean, I love to see couples like that just fall in love and their whole life. I actually watched this little video on YouTube yesterday. This gentleman, he he married his high school sweetheart, and they were married for 72 years or something, and she passed away. And every morning he goes to her grave, comes and kisses, and he's 90 something and 91, and he gets down on his knees, he kisses her picture on her gravestone or whatever, headstone, and come and then goes for coffee where they used to go for coffee every morning, comes back and kisses her as well. Yes, of course, it's a fairy tale. This barely ever happens, in real life. There are quite a few frogs you have to kiss before you meet the prince, vice versa as well. And nowadays, like I said, because of the social media, because of this internet, because of a lot of pornography, a lot of people get damaged watching this. This is why I don't have social media, but I'm not easily influenced anyway. But I don't have social media because I watch enough stuff on YouTube, and I'm like, I just got kind of like, I don't want to be a part of it. I'm a private person. I like my life. I keep it to myself. Of course, I like to share my happiness, and I believe in love, and I know Joe believes in love, and this is why Joe started this. Not because, like, trying to make money. No, that's not it. Because he's living his dream. And honestly, every single time I play the video of him and his wife, it's like it's music to my ears, because he's met the woman of his dreams, and she's met the man of his dreams, and this happens, right? And that's why he wants to share this with you. He wants for you guys in the same situation where you were tired, when you're tired of dating for this just wrong women and not being appreciated for who you are, not just being used and abused. And that's why he created this with his wife, because look at them, they're a perfect example. They've got beautiful 2 kids and they're so cute. I have seen pictures and stuff, and they're just adorable. So that's why he started this for you guys, because now, I mean, yeah, it's limited when you just living in a little town. Well, back in the day, you were usually people were bound to marry your neighbor down the street, right? But now, because of the internet, you can because you can have your soulmate that doesn't live next door, where she's somewhere else, right? Okay, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Oh, the budget goes a lot further in Ukraine. As soon as the argument there is over, why drag everyone to overpriced West? Well, I don't think it would be a good idea to live in Ukraine right now. But yeah, of course. I mean, I send I support my family in Ukraine, so I send them even like $100 over there goes a long way. And then, and first of all, I know Ukrainian women. Even right now, I live in Canada and I've lived here for 25 years. I'm not cheap. I'm thrifty. Okay. If I can save a few bucks, like I like to shop around personally, like for food, for clothes, everything. Even if I had millions of dollars, I still won't go and buy that Gucci shirt, like a t-shirt for $700, because I think it's ludicrous, right? This is this kind of mentality is only in the West. Yes, of course, Ukrainian women, we like to look good, we like to dress nice, we like to get our nails done, but most Ukrainian women, they even do it themselves. I know I do mine myself. So because the how we are raised, we live in Ukraine and life is not as easy as it is in the West. And everything can be delivered to you. You don't even have to get out of bed, so in Ukraine is completely different life, so different um, um, culture as well. So we learn to live within our needs, and then when we have some extra money, we'd like to save it, because for the rainy day, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Like I said, you can make one bad investment thinking, I'm going to make so much money, and then boom, and and then you can make a little bit of money and then invest more thinking you're going to make even more, and then you go boom and you bankrupt, right? So Ukrainian women, we budget for everything. We budget for food. I personally don't like to overspend, so there are things I buy. Eggs I buy from heteroid people. Um, my vegetables, some vegetables from one place, and some vegetables from the other place. So yeah, like there's no need to just go and waste money for no reason, right? Plus, Ukrainian women, we love to cook and we take pride in cooking. So let's see. Okay, let's see. Thank you, my friend, for explaining and reading my comments. I am grateful. Keep the exceptional content. I'll drop by again. Much love. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Welcome back anytime. Please bring your friends too. Okay. How generally Ukrainian ladies think of irreligious or atheist people with regards to dating? Well, I'm an atheist. No, okay. No. Okay, not an atheist. I'm spiritual, right? I don't believe in any religion. So, but I have nothing against religious people at all. Unless, okay, I know for a fact that if you are like a fanatic, religious fanatic, yes, Ukrainian women, yeah, we're Orthodox, most of us, Russian, Ukrainian Orthodox. Like I was baptized, right? But when I was growing up, in USSR. All religions were banned, so it was actually against the law. So we couldn't even go to church. We had two churches; they were permanently closed until the USSR broke down, and then people started going back to church. But and again, in Russia and Ukraine, 33% of population are Muslims, and everybody gets along. So I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I don't think it makes too much difference. I mean, as long as both of you, if as long as you're okay with her going to church and not bothering with her with your atheism, and that she doesn't drag you to church, that's fine. I mean, I've seen couples where one person is Muslim and the other one is Christian, and they live happily ever after and have beautiful families, beautiful children. And they decide, for children, once you're old enough, you pick and choose what you want to, like, what religion you want, if you want any religion. I don't think I think that religion should stay out of relationships unless you are really hardcore like Christian, right? Then yes, that's why you need to discuss the like the past and the present, of course. If the person is super religious, have a great day, Mike. And if the woman is super religious, of course she's gonna want someone who's religious as well. But um I know the Ukrainian women just kind of relaxed about it. I mean, it- like I said, unless you're a hardcore, fanatic, where you just go overboard with this, religious stuff, then that's no big deal. And if you're an atheist, who cares? As long as you're a good person. All For me, I think I've seen so many people there go to church and always praying, and it's like, oh, they from the outside they look like, oh, I'm so good, but they do some nasty, shady stuff, you know, behind closed doors, like really messed up. Okay, so mm, I think religion should stay out of relationships. I mean, it all the like. I mean, just as long as the person has common sense in life, and if like common sense, which is like, don't do anything bad, right? Don't hurt people on purpose. I understand an eye for an eye sometimes, but for me, I just kind of let things go because I'm better than that. Yes, and even when people hurt me, I just let things go. And the best thing I do is I remove myself from that person. That's it. And it's their loss, period. So, but anyway, let's see. What else? Good morning. What? Okay, hold on. Good morning, Bill. Good morning to California. How's California? Here it's hot, super, super hot. One of the clashes that could happen is the way the children will be raised. Exactly. That's why I keep saying, before you get too far with your feelings and emotions and all this, before getting serious, you need to sit down and be honest about your past, and what about your present, and then discuss the future. Like I said, if he's Muslim and she is Christian, or vice versa, okay, and they're in love, okay. And I mean, there are 3,000 some religions, right? Okay. So, but I believe there's only one God. I just don't follow any religion. I believe in higher power, because I believe that there's a guardian angel that has been watching after me. So I do believe in higher power, right? But if I were to have children with my man, right? Well, he's not really that religious, so we just that doesn't religion is not in our relationship. We don't really talk about this because both of us feel the same way. But yeah, I mean, if like I said, if you want to have kids, like you obviously want to have kids, and then again, you have to discuss this, right? And I know when families get involved, and then people, then I don't know. My suggestion: don't even get your family involved in your relationship, because a lot of the times People listen to their family members and make very bad decisions based on what the family says to them, and they sometimes ruin their own families and relationships because um because they listen to others. That's why communication with your partner is the key, period. You can't just sweep stuff under the what is it, carpet. Oh, sheesh. Under the carpet, you can't, and think, okay, that's just it'll go away. No, you have to communicate. You have to communicate about everything. And it's not just in the personal relationship with your partner, it's with everyone. If you want to have an understanding, because you can't assume what the other person is thinking. Like, I'm going to therapy right now, and this is what we like. I'm taking this course, like therapy about relationships and emotions and all this stuff, right? And yeah, this one thing it says that you can't assume what the other person is thinking or how they're feeling. So, in order for you to understand, you have to ask and you have to listen. Marcus Aurelius said, God gave us 2 ears and one mouth. So, we have to listen twice as much as we talk. Even though I'm talking too much here, because mainly I talk to myself because you guys are too shy to come and join me on the video. Anyway, okay, let's see. The person can be very well. I have morals, and like I said, I've been baptized when I was a kid. When the USSR broke down, and my great grandma was super religious, so she's like, "You and grandma are getting, baptized." I'm like, okay. She dragged me to church with her, and I was religious for a while, but then out of personal experiences, I decided I don't want to go to church anymore. So, but that was my experience, which was not good. That's why I was like, okay, no, not going back. So, and I mean, if you really love each other, and yes, morals. What is moral? Moral: don't kill unless it's self-defense. Don't lie. Don't cheat. Don't steal, which is common sense. Don't hurt anyone for no reason. And I even noticed about myself, ever since I started meditating and all this. I just it's best to, even if somebody hurts you, just leave it alone. Like, just forgive and leave it alone. But okay, let's get back. Hello. Okay, Bob. Hello, all, and Jania. Talk to yourself, because it's always a good. You talk to yourself. Yes, yes. You know what, Bob? I talk to myself all the time. I don't know. I even talk to myself, and I catch myself even in the supermarket. I'm with my headphones, and I'm deciding whether I should get this one or this one. And I would have discussions. People looking at me like, she's weird. Yes, I am weird, okay? But then define normal. What is normal? Like I said, I have the most intelligent conversations with myself, to be honest with you. Anyway, okay, let's go to see international health coach. Hello. Learn from the past, live in the present, and prepare for the future. Yes, yes, preach, my brother, preach. Exactly. This is why, like I said, we live, we make mistakes. The best thing for us to do is to learn from our mistakes, right? That's the best thing to do. And if you're really smart, which is when you're young, no, that's not the case. It's always best to learn from other people's mistakes, right? But in order to really freaking learn, you have to make your own. When it just comes back and like, wake up, what's wrong with you, right? So yes, and then learn from these mistakes and build for the future, right? For me, for example, I don't want to think about too far ahead in the future, because I don't know what's going to happen, right? What if tomorrow I get hit by a bus? Well, God forbid. But my point is, yes, of course, I do plan for the future. I do have ideas what I want. I have goals. The same thing for my man. We both have goals. He has goals towards his career. I have goals towards my future and career, all that. But we also have uh, future goals for each together, right? So yes, and both of us had past, right? I've had very messed up relationship before where I thought that I was messed up, but then it turned out I'm fine. So, and then he also had a previous relationship where it was not healthy. So, but we both learned. We both learned. We both discussed it. He explained to me how he was hurt, what hurt him in his past relationship. I told him what hurt me. So we are learning not to do these mistakes. I don't want to act like his ex. He doesn't want to act like my ex. So we discussed this. Where that's, I mean, everybody has arguments. We have arguments all the time. No, well, not all the time, no, but we do. But sometimes I get very upset, so I need a little bit of break. So then we discuss this, right? And then we move on. Communication is the key. Okay, so let's see. Hello, sorry for when you don't bother me. Spindly the PTV. Okay. I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, views, chatbots. The price is lower. Well, you have to talk to my supervisor. You can send him a private chat. Ask him there. Oh, actually, you can see it right now. Okay, let's see. Santos, do you think it could be an idea to test the intention of the lady by lying about the income? You know what? I wouldn't blame you. I mean, especially if you especially if you have a lot of money. I keep telling my friends, I do have some friends with a lot of money, like a lot. So when they ask me for an advice, and I always say the same thing, like you just don't have to lie about it. Just don't disclose it. You don't have to tell her how much you're making, especially in the beginning of, like, first of all, you don't even have to disclose exactly how much you're making. Like, I don't know how much my boyfriend's making. He doesn't know how much I'm making. All I know that we both contribute. That's it. He contributes more because I know he makes more. But that's not the point. He wants to do that because I contribute in other ways. But yeah, I mean, just don't tell her that if, let's say if you make 1 million, tell her you make 200,000. I don't know. Just, yeah, don't disclose it to see what are true intentions. I mean, if you're gonna, first of all, do not shower her with too many presents and this. Give her attention. Yes, the Ukrainian women, we don't really care. Like, of course, we like the presents. We flowers, flowers. Ukrainian women love flowers. I like plants, but most Ukrainian women, we love flowers. Even they don't have to be too expensive. It's the thought. And Ukrainian women, we are romantics at heart. So just like I remember my grandpa, he would sometimes just pick one little flower that was beautiful and bring it to her. That I saw this flower and I thought of you. That how beautiful. And she would cry, and then they would hug and kiss, and it was just lovely. Okay, let's see, Bob. Okay, in my experience, it is never a good thing to lie. Yes, you don't have to say too much how much you make, but you can describe the effects. I like to live comfortably and don't worry about exactly, Bob. That's what I said. You don't have to disclose how much you make. Well, not in the beginning, but once you actually decide to get married, of course, then you would have to disclose, because you probably want to have a joint account. So then yes, but in the beginning, just to see if she's the gold digger, I don't blame you if you're not gonna tell her the truth, right? So yeah, yes, no need to, exactly, yes, exactly, like I said, yes, exactly. Why lead with the wall? This is one thing, I know. I've seen when the man was like, hey, first thing, like, just try, like, don't be a people pleaser, okay? Yes, please your wife when she's your wife. When she's your girlfriend, yes, please her, but don't just go and, like, when you start giving the woman too much too fast, this is where you make a mistake. She's like, well, heck, we just started dating. It's been a couple of weeks. You already bought me a friggin' diamond bracelet. Yeah, like when you lead with the money, you can't expect to have a healthy relationship. First things first, you have to get to know each other and see what her values are, right? Yeah. Anyway, you guys, I would love to chat some more, but literally I have to go. I have my other job is waiting. I have to jet, and I'm sorry. Yeah, one more comment. Let's see. I just want to finish one. Yes, I love sunflowers. That's my flower. I'm a Leo, and my birthday's coming up this month. Yeah, sunflower. Sunflowers. The Ukrainian women love sunflowers. That's because you can eat, you can eat the seeds. And one more. Okay, to put it simply, if you are worried about money, like discussing how much you make, because regardless of how much you make, it shows you question your stability. Right? Like I said, stability. Ukrainian women don't care if you're making millions or if you're making just enough to have to provide for the family, to provide for to have a comfortable life. Don't have to go to Bora Bora, for vacations. You can just go camping. Like I love camping. Like I mean, Ukrainian women, we like this outdoorsy stuff. We don't need a lot of money to be happy. We want stability. We want love, care. We want our men to be able to protect us. That's all we want. That's all we want. Peace and quiet, lovely relationship, vacations here and there. Like I said, vacation can be just go and go camping. But anyway, guys, I really, really, really have to go. It was very nice to chit chat with all of you. Well, frankly, I was talking to myself, but I know you guys are listening. I'm just being funny. Thank you so much for being here. And please try it out with us. Like just join for free. Check it out. Like I said, if you go on the free websites, you take a woman out. Like I said, there's a lot of catfishing. So anyway, guys, please try it out. 30 days is free. There you go. Try it out. You're gonna be pleasantly surprised. I'm telling you, the ladies are just top notch. And I'm not just saying it because I'm working here. No, that's not it. If I didn't believe in the product, I would not be. I've worked in retails before, but I didn't believe in products. No, I told customers the truth, and my regional manager didn't like it. But anyway, so okay, I'm gonna play one last video. Thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate you guys coming and revisiting me. It really means a lot to me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope it's a beautiful weather outside for you, so you can enjoy your day. And I suggest you join us and try out check out our beautiful ladies. You won't regret it. Okay. Thank you very much. Lovely to chat with you. Here's the last video, and you have a wonderful day.
This channel is designed to help you with this colossal decision that you are entertaining, looking at, which is, hey, I know you're done with dating in the West. Let's not even go there. Old story. But the question you're asking yourself is, are pastures possibly greener elsewhere on this beautiful planet of ours? Yes, the answer is yes. How do I know? I was in your very shoes, just a number of years ago. Now I'm happily married to my soulmate, my best friend, and we have 2 beautiful daughters, and life couldn't be better. But you gotta play your cards right, as anything in life. There's a few paths to success, and the rest of them are paths to failure. So to join for 30 days and do unlimited video dating for free, all you do is fill out the form in the description below this video, and Bob's your uncle. You can date them, traditional women, for 30 days on video right here, completely free, no obligation, no credit card, no nothing. The other thing that you really want to check out is, if you're wondering, how do women rate you? First, Western women. What's your SMV, your sexual market value score? Your score from 1 to 10. How do Slavic women, traditional women, rate you? Is it any different? Here's a tip. Most guys get between a 1 to 3 point bump in their score from Western to Slavic. Why? Because they're traditional values. Now, the caveat here is if you're a serious guy, right? You're looking for love and marriage. If you're looking at play in the field, well, no, your SMV will go down. Then you can calculate your probability of marriage with a Slavic woman. And finally, you can calculate your maximum realistic, keyword, realistic age gap with a Slavic woman. All of those are on my calculator, yoursmv.com. Thanks very much. Please subscribe to the channel, share the videos, and share the love.
Thank you again, you guys. Like I said, have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy it. And summertime, join us. Try it out. What you got to lose? Nothing, right? All right, you guys. Thank you so much again. I will see you next Saturday, same time. Not sure about the topic yet, but you'll find out when you see me back. Okay. Bye, guys.